The New York Yankees are among favorites to trade for all-star starting pitcher Garrett Crochet. However, are things as easy as they seem? And has this trade been visited before? We're going to be talking about all of this and what difficulties the Yankees are going to face being in this trade market, yet being favorites to trade for Garrett Crochet here in this video. Before we get into it, we know 70% of you guys watching right now are not subscribed to the channel, and if you're looking for a spot to get all of your New York Yankees news, you are in the right spot. Hit the sub button, join us here on the channel. We're covering everything New York Yankees, and with the signing of Juan Soto going elsewhere, and the Yankees are looking to spend some money, the offseason is getting well underway, and we're going to have a lot to cover over the coming days. You won't want to miss what we have to bring you, but like I said, we need to touch on this and go over a pretty interesting trade target that the Yankees are favorites for, or among the favorites, I should say, with many other teams, and one being the New York Mets. And this is what we have here right now. Garrett Crochet, 25, is under club control for 2 more seasons before becoming a free agent. His estimated salary through arbitration in 2025 per MLB trade rumors is just $2.9 million, a number that is particularly appealing with prices for free agent starting pitchers soaring. And we know, we've seen it before, we've seen it for weeks. Corbin Burnes, Max Fried, 2 of the top targets for starting pitching, costing a boatload, and what are going to be a boatload whenever or wherever they sign. And with the Yankees looking to add and bolster the starting pitching, or the pitching in general, the fielding, the hitting, and the infield, the outfield, everything, they're looking to spend some money, yet it is going to be quite the hefty sum to be able to get everybody that they want, including many other depth players. So Garrett Crochet at $2.9 million, under control for 2 more seasons. This is a guy that the Yankees, no doubt, are going to go after. Now, we know he's with the Chicago White Sox, a team that's been struggling as of late, and they're not going to want scraps from any team. They're looking to rebuild. And what are they looking for exactly? They are looking for a boatload of prospects, and prospects that the Yankees don't really have. We have quite a few very good ones, but nobody that the Yankees really seem to be willing to trade right now. And going on to our next screenshot, ESPN's Buster Olney reported Monday that the Yankees and White Sox talked about Crochet last summer, but the White Sox did not value the Yankees' position prospects highly enough to make a trade realistic. And this has really not changed. You know, we've seen the Yankees try to get better on the prospect side of things, getting some more younger players, and we do have a lot of younger players, but the issue is all of those players are in starting positions right now for the New York Yankees. Going from the entire infield, the outfield, they have a very young team that the Yankees are building on and continuing to build on. So realistically, we're not going to see any of those guys traded, especially for Garrett Crochet. The big thing is, if it is someone massive, someone giant, someone that you can only get once in a lifetime, of course they will be traded, but Garrett Crochet is most certainly not that guy, and the position prospects for the Yankees really haven't changed from what we've seen last summer. And we know it's Jason Dominguez, we know it's a few other players that really are below Jason Dominguez, and Jason Dominguez not being the guy that the Yankees are going to trade. They're going to be leading a lot of questions now about what the White Sox are going to be asking for, what they're going to be looking at, and are they going to change their mind on the Yankees prospect system right now. And when asked whether the Yankees have enough to entice the White Sox in official knowledge, with knowledge of the task, it depends on how you value the top of the farm system, presumably referring to Jones, Lombard, and possibly others. Now, you see these names, you see a lot of the prospects that the Yankees have, the farm system. As I mentioned, it is not very much, but the Yankees don't have much of it anyways, and trading some of these top targets, which the White Sox are looking for, really is not the most ideal option for the New York Yankees. Yet Garrett Crochet, 26 years old, pitching phenomenally all-star last year after being switched from a reliever to a starter, and being a very cheap player that the Yankees could be looking to go out and get. There is a big thing where we don't want to ruin the future of this team completely, yet the future is right now. A lot of these younger players, as I mentioned, are starting on positions with this team, but we really can't sacrifice everything for Garrett Crochet, or really any other player that the Yankees could even consider going out and getting via trade at this point. And as much as Garrett Crochet has been a fantastic player as of late, and especially the All-Star appearances that we've seen last year in his first year as a starting pitcher, we don't really expect him to be any superstar pitcher. Of course, he's going to be very good, and, it might be a bit biased on my side that he's playing with the White Sox, so he's not going to be very good. We haven't really seen the best out of him, but the pitching side of things, that with the White Sox even, you're still going to be a big part of your team either winning or losing games, and whether or not they're losing games 1-0 or 2-0 or whatnot, the pitching is still going well for them, but the hitting is obviously, of course, very, very bad. And looking at last season, as his first year with in the starting position, with the White Sox, he pitched very, very, very well. And a 3.58 ERA and 32 games started, that's a very favorable amount of games and numbers for a guy who's coming off his first season as a starter. And a big thing we can also look at there is the 6-12 record, and that, of course, I'm just going to blame on the White Sox being as bad as they were. One of the worst teams, if not the worst team in MLB history, and that's not going to change anytime soon, and makes sense why Garrett Crochet is going to be gone by the White Sox, or attempting to be traded by the White Sox at some point in this offseason. But as I mentioned, these numbers, although being very good and although having a lot of promise at 26 years old, left-handed starting pitcher, I don't think that it's worth completely trading everybody, going out and getting Garrett Crochet. And yes, Garrett Crochet is very, very good, but is he the best option for the Yankees right now? And especially the way that we're kind of playing things out, no, not right now, not at this point, especially via trade. When you have Max Fried, Corbin Burnes, two of those guys there that are very good arms, better than Garrett Crochet, older, yet still a lot more experience, have that starting pitching career. We know that those guys, we can trust them, we can see what they're doing, we've been able to see them before, and a big risk with a reliever coming to a starting pitcher, although he was good this season, fine this season, is the health. You don't know how much his arm can hold up and how much his arm will really, be able to take over another season as a starting pitcher, and I'm sure he's getting used to it. And last season we saw some very promising, revelations from him, I guess, from Garrett Crochet. But there still is kind of that uncertainty factor, and still at 26 years old, having to trade a lot of your prospects and that all of your top prospects for the risk is just really not worth it for the Yankees. I would much rather them go out and get Corbin Burnes, Max Fried, either of the two, for 5 to 7 years. And although Corbin Burnes, for example, is much older than Garrett Crochet, 30 years old, and reporting to be 37 years old by the time his contract expires after wanting a 7-year deal, I feel much more confident being able to pay him like that rather than trading the future away to get Garrett Crochet, when in 2 years he could likely be on the market once again in free agency, and that way wouldn't have to trade anything. So let me know what you think about this. Do you think that we're going to see a different kind of style of pitching or style of going out and getting him from the White Sox for the Yankees? I think we're going to trade the farm. I hope not. I don't think so. And we have some better options also in Corbin Burnes and Max Fried. Many others that could be options as well that are going to be a much more favorable one. And I want to pull up once again the rotation for the Yankees. And we're looking to bolster this. Now, having Garrett Cole, Carlos Rodon, Clark Schmidt, Luis Gil on that whole rotation right now. Still looking for one more, whether that is Corbin Burnes, whether that's Max Fried. That is a perfect rotation in my opinion. Of course, being able to trade Marcus Stroman, Nestor Cortez, really the uncertainty of those two as well. Now, after costing quite a bit for the past few seasons, the Yankees are going to want to add that one more elite starting pitcher, and whether that is Garrett Crochet, whether that is one of the free agents I mentioned, it is yet to be seen. But right now, I don't think is the right time for the Yankees to go out and make that trade for Crochet if they're still asking for quite a payday, I guess, on the free agency or on the farm system side of things. So, like I said, let me know what you think, what's going to happen with either Crochet or the Yankees pitching from free agency. A lot of stuff's going to be coming out here in the next few days. I think this is going to be one of them that's going to be figured out very, very soon. So, if you want any more news from the New York Yankees, you're in the right spot. As I mentioned, hit the sub button. Join us here. We're posting a lot of news, and especially with all of this coming out over the next few days, we're going to have a lot of stuff to cover, and you won't want to miss it. But that's all I got in this video. If you did enjoy, like I said, give it a like, hit the sub button. I'm signing up. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you later.